All right, it is 7 o'clock, so we'll start with the Pledge of Allegiance, followed by a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All right, let's start with roll call, please.
Ethan Maple,
Here.
Ryan Hartley. He's on the screen. Bill Niemeyer,
Here.
Terry Reed,
Present.
Chad Melinda.
Here. Moving on to claims. Do I have a motion to approve APVs 28597 through 28650?
Make a motion that we approve APBs 28517 through 28650 as they were presented in our backup material.
I'll second that motion.
By Ethan, seconded by Bill. Are there any discussions or questions? None? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. All right, those are approved. Next will be the adoption of minutes. So adoption of town council minutes from December 17th, 2025. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion that we approve the minutes from our meeting of December 17th, 2025, as presented in our backup materials.
I'll second that.
Moved by Bill, second by Terry. Any additions or deletions to the minutes? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Awesome. That passes as well. Next, we've got time on our agenda for public comments. 3 minutes per person for items on the agenda only. So these are items that you see on that agenda in front of you if you grabbed one. If you so choose, please come to the mic and state your name and address. Any takers? Oh, all right. Then we will move on to old business. So the first thing we've got for old business is the AED Memorandum of Agreement.
I'll speak to that. So just a couple reminders that we received on October 31st, a $1,000 grant from the Hancock Regional Foundation. And then some of our staff, actually majority of them, on December 9th, we got AED and CPR training. And then tomorrow we'll actually receive those 3 AEDs here. They'll install them and program them. And on the next batch, so I guess just a forewarning, so on our January 21st APB batch, you will see an item in there for $5,681.10. That's for the 3 AEDs that we ordered. So just a heads up. And then also the agreement is here to just outline pretty much the terms and conditions and formalizes the transfer from Sugar Creek Township owning those devices to now the town of New Palestine.
Okay. And you guys are looking for an approval for us to approve that based on the dollar amount. I think we've approved it already, but
We've already
to be
approved
good,
it.
good. Only question I had was, Bri, you're on here. Does that need to be one of us, or is it okay being her to sign and date that?
It's basically an agreement with Sugar Creek Township, and they put her name on there as the contact. I think it's just fine.
I'm fine with it. I just wanted to make sure we
Yeah,
were good
I
there.
think it's just fine.
Perfect. All right. Do I hear a motion to approve the signing and payment of the AEDs and the memorandum of agreement?
I'll make a motion. For what you said.
I'll second
You
that
had
motion.
so much trouble.
You didn't want to follow that?
No.
Any discussion? I'll just say thank you again for the grant. I think it's great that you're taking initiative and doing that for us, so I appreciate it.
Absolutely.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All right. That passes as well. On to new business. The first of the year, there's a time where we have to make some appointments for commissions that help us run the town effectively. We've got a couple that are up. So the RDC, the Redevelopment Commission, is a year-long appointment. There are 3 made by the president, 2 by the council, and then we have a representative nominated by the school board. So with that, I think there's we'll have to make sure that we address all of those tonight. The appointments that I'll be making are Rachel Strong, Bill Niemeyer, and Mark Havel. There are 2 council appointments. Currently, they are Ethan Maple and Steve Rainey. I will make a motion to reinstate both of those individuals.
I will second that motion.
Motion by Bill, or motion by me, seconded by Bill. Is there any conversation around those? Awesome. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
And that passes. Congratulations to those individuals.
And thank you.
And thank you for your continued service to our town. The next one that we have is with Ginny stepping down off of the Board of Zoning Appeals. We have an opening there. That is also a appointment made by, let me check,
It's you.
by me. I'm just double checking. Yep, okay. And I will be appointing Penny Hildebrandt.
Ooh.
So I'm excited that she is here with us. Penny, you still agree to be a part of the BZA? Awesome. Okay. Outside of that, the only other commissions that we have to address are the EDC, which will has already been sent up to the county, and we should get a response within the next day or 2. Okay, so no changes there. The only other ones are upcoming in August. We have 3 seats that are coming to term in August for the Plan Commission. So that takes care of commissions for us. All right, the next thing on new business is 6-2, police incident in Copperstone. I think we have somebody here
Wait.
to present.
Go ahead. You were
Oh.
gonna say-
Yeah, we've got Mr. Seer here to speak on that.
I don't think we finished the motion, though. You made
Which-
the motion
The BZA.
for the BZA. You made Penny.
BZA is just an appointment by me,
Okay, okay, so, okay,
correct?
got
Zach?
it. Yes,
Boom,
you are correct.
on fire.
I should
No
have
motion.
He doesn't need nor want our help.
Nope.
Mrs. Deseret, how do you say it?
Sephora, Desir.
Deseret?
Hello everyone, my name is Sephora. December 21st, there was a police incident.
Can we have you speak in the microphone? That's not a microphone that amplifies the sound. It's just for a report. Yeah, it's on.
Yeah, you don't have to worry about it.
Okay,
It's,
yeah.
You won't hear yourself on it.
It's
Hello? You guys
Yeah,
hear me? Okay. December 21st, there was an incident at my home where the cops were called. It's wintertime, so we like to warm up our cars, and we do have a Dodge Charger, so the muffler makes noise. And our neighbors also have cars that makes noise as well. So in between our neighbors starting their cars and us, someone called the cops thinking somebody's going to commit suicide because of the noise in the garage. So I was woken up out the bed, and as soon as I hit downstairs, I seen a whole bunch of cops come to the door and kick the door down. So I was completely in shock. They did complete a police report, and we're just asking just to help to get the door fixed because it's letting hot air out, cold air in. It's not closing properly, and it's not sealed. And the whole trim is broken into, and even the lock to lock the door, it's an issue. So forgot his name, but somebody did come to the home and take pictures. Sorry if I forgot your name. Yes,
Jim.
Mr. Jim. He did come to the home and take pictures of the door, and I spoke with our lovely treasurer too to see what we can do to get that fixed.
So you're in Copperstone, correct?
Yes,
And do you rent or own?
right.
Okay, you rent there. And then, is there a reason that nobody answered the door?
I was coming down the stairs. I was sleeping. The master bedroom is upstairs, so even if you ring the doorbell, it doesn't go to the room. only the downstairs. But when they knock, I have a Ring door camera. So when I checked my phone for the notification, I quickly ran downstairs, put my robe on. And then if 10 seconds more, I could open the door, but they broke the door down right in front of me when I was going to open the door. Because all rooms are upstairs.
Ms. Desir,
Yes.
is it Desir, right?
Desir.
Okay, thank you. Do you know whether your renter's insurance or if the property owner's insurance, would the insurance cover? Has anyone inquired into the insurance company to see if there's coverage?
No, it would be completely on me. So I did get a quote. I did speak to the landlord. It would completely on me to get it fixed. So I did get a quote, but unfortunately the quote was too high. So I have to get another quote. But between Monday and today, I had to work, so I didn't get time to get the second quote. But I am looking to get a second.
Yeah, because one easy solution is if there was insurance
Yeah.
coverage, would be to discuss whatever deductible might apply.
Right.
So have you by any chance contacted your renter's insurance to see if there could be coverage?
No, I didn't. It's completely to the landlord. So I didn't.
Because your renter's insurance only covers the items inside the home, correct?
Contents.
But I'm sure that the landlord has insurance.
Yeah, when I spoke to him, he told me it's up to me. I'm going to reach out to him again to give him the feedback of what you guys said. But yeah, he said it's completely on me.
And you're waiting on a second quote, correct?
You said the first quote was too high. How much was it?
$7K.
7,000?
Yeah, they came to the home. Indy Window Depot came to the home and did an assessment.
And you said it was too high based on your ability to pay that, or
Yeah.
I mean, you said it was too high. So I'm trying to figure out what the
Based
reasoning.
on what I can afford, I feel like it was too high, yeah.
Okay.
Thank you. Obviously, legally, because they were responding to a call in an emergency, and it's within the scope of their duties, there's not pending liability for us. I think the issue that we have at hand is if we are going to reimburse or take care of, and then at what amount, right? So I think that's two separate things that we have to decide as a council. So if we want to parcel those separately in motions so that we can vote on that,
Do you think it'd be okay if, Chief, do you want to speak into that incident on behalf of your officers to kind of put that out there as well?
Yeah, for sure.
Sure. So I think I sent everybody the call for service and the case report that was sent to you. Officers were given a phone call around 15:32 hours of the neighbor hearing a vehicle start up in the garage with the garage door completely closed. So officers responded because they felt that possibly the male that had started the car was possibly committing suicide. It's a telltale sign when the garage door's closed and cars running. Common sense says you keep the door open. So when the officers pulled up, they arrived at 15:40 hours, so about 8 minutes after the initial phone call. And you could hear, they said you could hear the car running from the roadway. So they made attempts to knock on the garage door itself, as well as the front door, and got no response. They actually went over to the garage door itself, and two of my biggest guys tried to lift the garage door up. Of course, it was locked, they couldn't get in. So they made another announcement. At this time, county deputies rolled up behind them, and they all agreed to take the front door to get them out. Because our thoughts is we've got exigent circumstances going, hey, somebody's in the house, somebody's in trouble. And she's right. They knocked the second time on the door, and as they breached the door, made entry, she was at the end of the hallway. So unfortunate, but what we were called for was definitely somebody thinking that something bad was happening, and the officers acted to produce life-saving measures.
Do you have, can you speak to how much time between the first knock on the front door to the breach?
Not waited minutes, maybe.
Okay.
Like I said, they would.
1540 is on scene, and 1545 is a note here that says property damage.
Yeah, that's probably when they relayed it to dispatch. It's probably sooner than that.
Yeah, so probably
Yeah.
4
So
or
it's
5
enough time
minutes.
to knock on the door. Both officers walked over, tried to lift the garage door up, had
Right.
no response. Went back, knocked again, made an announcement, no response. took a couple steps back and they made entry. So
Right.
I'd say a minute or so.
Right.
Excuse me. I do have a Ring camera if you guys also need the video to know the amount of time to between.
Okay. Thank you.
Well, and Chad, I just to respond to your question, me personally, I wouldn't want to bifurcate the do you want to pay and then what amount, because to me, my decision on do we want to reimburse is contingent on what the amount is. So I see them as greatly connected because, first and foremost, as Chief said, there were exigent circumstances. And no matter what we do, if we decided to do reimbursement, I want to make it very clear that not for 1 second does anybody think that any of the officers did anything incorrectly or that they should have done anything differently. Unfortunately, they have a job where they have to make decisions spur of the moment, right on the moment or at the moment, under circumstances that, it's real easy to second guess or think about what could have been differently. But in this situation, and I would say in 99.999% of the circumstances, our officers make the right decision. They did here as well. So if the council decides that they want to do a reimbursement up to a certain dollar amount, I want to make it very clear, in voting in favor of that type of a motion, you're not saying that anybody did anything wrong. And at the same token, I'm also saying that you didn't do anything wrong. A lot of different things, whether you have headphones, whether you're sleeping, there's a million reasons. I mean, if somebody came to my front door, we don't use our front door. Now, if you come to the side door, well, here you see you all day. So there's a lot of different circumstances. This is not a situation where there's any blame to be assessed at all, because that's not what I'm thinking. So those are my comments. I kind of see the two greatly connected, because if it's a reasonable amount, then I'm inclined to go one direction. And if it is really not a reasonable number, then I'm inclined to go a different direction. So I see them as being greatly connected. That's just my thoughts.
Go ahead.
It's definitely something we could table until we get the quote and then the request, right?
And then at least we would know what we were making a decision based on. So, and I greatly appreciate that you recognize that first one seems a little bit high. And why don't we do exactly that? Table the matter, give you time to get another estimate, and then, come back before us and let us know what the number is, and we'll be happy to make a vote and decision.
The only thing I would add is, number one, I would caution about warming your vehicle in a closed garage. I don't think that's safe. And I would worry about your safety upstairs, even if you asleep with a running car makes me nervous for you. So I would be.
Yeah, my husband started the car. I was woken up out of my sleep. But yeah.
I appreciate that. That worries me for you. And so it certainly worried some of your neighbors enough to call the police, and worried the police enough to breach the door and do that. The other thing I would say is, please do not wait on our decision to secure your house. I mean, whether there's a reimbursement or not, your house and your door need to be fixed. So I would encourage you to move forward with that, so that your house can be secure and it can be protected from the elements as well. And as we deliberate that, we also aren't holding you up from securing your home. I do not want our officers to feel like they did anything wrong. If I can see both sides, in the sense, if my property got damaged, I'd want help fixing my door. I would. I also, if my parents had a car running in their garage, I would want that door broken down in a second. So even if they're asleep or back in the room where my dad is taking a nap on the couch, I want people safe. And that's my first priority. And I appreciate our officers acting And from the door and the reimbursement, we can figure that out, but I'd also encourage you to secure your house as well.
And I've been out the house and she came to Yvonne and asked because there's cold air coming in and I'll take it upon myself. I have no problem because of my background, but I can probably help her get that door secure in the meantime. So if council's okay with that. Yeah.
Yep.
Thank you for that.
Yep.
Yeah, so I would, like Ethan said, progress with getting it fixed, and then once you get that quote, bring it in, and then we can get it on the agenda from there.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, now moving on to continued council conversation. Is there anything that we have not talked about that we need to talk about?
The only thing I would bring up, and I mentioned it to you, Chad, but I would ask Zach as well. I think in previous conversations, we've talked about what it looks like to stagger elections or at least terms. And I remember last year, because we talked about at the beginning of the year that this would be the year we'd have to take action on that. Do you is that something we can look into so that if it's possible and legal, I mean, we as a council have discussed it previously and have kind of all leaned toward it being a good idea that not all of the seats forever are turned over at the same time.
I remember when he brought it up the first time, and Ted and I did briefly chat about it, but I'll bring it up to him again and see a better answer for future for that.
So I'll just speak up on this. This is something that I continue to touch base with Lisa Lofgreen on as the legislature changes. And they have the election offices have their meetings. This is something that I'm going to continue to follow up on once I get information from Lisa.
Okay. I think, Zach, as we explore this, one of the things that Ethan and I talked about was doing something along the lines of, in the next election, whoever receives the top two highest votes would do a four-year term, and then the bottom three do a 2-year, or 3 do 4, 2, either way, but just do it that way. And then that's probably the easiest way to do it. But we're open to however that works out. We just want to do the prep work now so it doesn't sneak up on us next year.
Absolutely.
I'll keep it on continued council conversations, and we can just get updates as we progress through that, if that's all right. Thank you for bringing that up. Anything else?
Just briefly, the memorandum of agreement with the school corporation has been sent to them. Dr. Pleak said that she will take it before the school board, assuming that they approve it. The school will sign it, we'll sign it. We've already approved it, so just whenever we have it signed by the school, we'll sign it as well, and we'll just get that taken care of. And we'll get Main Street to sign as well, and then that'll be a completed agreement.
Awesome. Sounds great. Anything else?
Just with the changing of officers, just an affirmation, if you're comfortable with the current roles of kind of projects that we're working on.
Yeah, so Ethan and I talked about this previously with the wastewater treatment plant. We had Terry continue to be the point of contact. I think Ryan and Ethan have continued to be the point of contact for the town center and the conversations that are going on there. My intent is to continue those individuals in that. I think it makes it easier to continue that relationship, and they're already into that. Ethan does a good job of sharing that information with the rest of the council, and I think if we just continue those processes, that will be fine there.
Can I piggyback onto that? Right now, Ryan's the one coming to sign the financial paperwork at the end of every month when we reconcile. Do you want to change that? Who am I going to be texting to say,
They're ready.
ready, come and sign?
First off, I'll say, is there anybody that's interested in doing that? I think it was very beneficial for me to go through that. I'm sure Ryan would probably attest to the same thing. It's once a month. It's not a huge time commitment, but it is kind of an interesting look into the finances.
For you to ask.
I would love to see another council member get some experience on that.
If you're willing to deal with me,
Absolutely.
you can text me.
Okay, sounds good.
Awesome.
Thank you.
You're off the hook, Ryan. He's heartbroken. So is Ethan, but we'll move on. Anything else that we need to talk
No,
through.
I wanted to add that to your little cluster of jobs you got going on there.
Okay. The only thing that I wanted to bring up is the talk around commissions, I think gives heed to us having a conversation around what are expected. We talked last year, I think it's the first year we did it, where we pre-set commission meetings at a different interval so that we had something in place, but we don't have to have the meeting if we don't have anything there. So I would ask that we look at that again to see if we can pre-establish, I think we did quarterly was brought up at one point, and then that way each one of them has 4 on the books, and then we can rotate from there so that we don't have days where everybody has to be here for 5 hours. If we need to, we definitely can, but I think that may help, and I can work with whoever to set that up. Is that something that everybody's kind of interested in?
Jenny, you good with that?
Worked well last year.
I think we're good with that.
Okay.
We'll
Cool.
work on that.
All right. Anything else? All right. Moving on to legal updates.
No legal updates for Friday.
None. Okay. That's good news, I guess. Department reports. Jim.
I just have one. Ethan, I wanted to follow up with you at Depot Street, the light. I'm meeting with Duke Energy Friday at 1:30. So that light is still in the process, so.
Good. I'm still waiting on a meeting with you to set my app
one on the.
for the sign.
Yes.
Okay.
No, it's,
I know it's the one across the street. I'm waiting on a meeting with you to set my
Oh,
phone
yeah.
for the app for the sign.
we'll set that meeting.
What time do you want to do? I want to be there. Too.
Yeah, see.
Yes.
Access.
Where are we on that, by the way? I know did we get it?
We have it, and Jake's went through it. Steve's waiting on the polls for it. I think he's ordered some polls for it.
Oh, good.
So,
I will say it's in the public's best interest that I not have access
We've
to
established.
put messages on the sign.
yeah.
Chief's not excited about any of us getting access either.
I think we can put.
I think we'll table the access to the next meeting. I think we keep bringing it up. We might break it
Continue
down at some
conversations.
point. Yeah, continue conversations. Okay. Yeah, for those of you that are not aware or maybe missed the meeting, we purchased a speed indicator sign that can also have some messages on there. The intent is really around Depot Street, crossing right into the school. The area is not lit well with the trees and things of that nature. So the town purchased a sign that we can put up in that area, and it's mobile, so we can move it if we want to track certain areas. So excited that we have that up and going. Anything else?
That's it.
All right, Mr. Poole.
I have nothing tonight.
Outstanding. Chief?
I think you guys got my year-end totals for 2025. You guys have any questions on it? A lot of numbers.
We got that today, right? And I haven't had a chance to go through it
No
all,
worries.
but
If you got questions, give me. Yeah, definitely see our numbers jump from 2024 to 2025, and just see it keeping in that direction. So hang on.
I think that would be one of the interesting things is does the current document have any comparison?
Nobody can give them for.
I mean, just a simple, hey, here's the big number comparison
I
would
think
be
I've kept
interesting.
them since like 2017, so I can.
That'd be interesting.
Each year
And
going
the
forward.
number of runs to 21 East Main Street have decreased.
Good.
That's where I mark out my traffic details.
You're always welcome.
Yeah, it's a lot of good information, though. Thank you for providing that. Maybe Brian can show you how to turn it. So that...
It's that scanner, man. I can't.
Wow. Anything else, Chief?
That's it, guys.
This is exciting, guys. You gave me a platform. It wasn't a smart move. All right, Yvonne.
You may need to remove the president.
Yeah.
What is the process legal of removing?
A sitting president who's too excited to be there. Excess levy appeal, we did all the work to get a larger piece of the pie in the state based on the growth of the town. Excess levy appeal was finally approved, but with modifications. We have requested an additional levy of $267,000 based on their 3-year growth history. We got approved $211,000 for this year, and then they drop it down to $135,601 for the years 2027 and later. A little bit of background on that, excess levy appeal, the legislation wanted to do away with it already after 2025. Somebody convinced them to keep it for one more year, but they made it extra difficult to get anything approved. Many towns and cities, of course, try to apply for it this year because it is the last chance to do so. We saw a real trend in them denying flat out or approving with modifications like ours. It took them a long time to get the information back to us, but we finally did get this approval. I'm disappointed we didn't get the full amount. I understand seeing the history and seeing the trend that, I'm glad we got something. $211,000 is nothing to sneeze at when you're a small town and your budget is not very large. So I appreciate it very much. The $135,000 that we'll get in 2027 will then be in perpetuity. So for, however long you live in the town, you will benefit from this excess levy appeal. And this is like we've done it every year since I've been here. And we've been able to receive some excess levy based on the growth of the town in comparison to the growth of the state overall. So that's good news. I think it's good news. It could have been better, but it is great news. Also, we got the budget notice, which is called the 1782 notice, which is the approval from the DLGF. After they approved the excess levy appeal, took them a couple of days to look at the budget. It's approved as we advertised it. We did find that we had a mistake in there. We advertised the MVH expenses with a wrong amount. It should have said $425,000, and it said on the paperwork $225,000. So they modified our budget to only be 225. That's not a problem. Based on the fact that we have enough money coming in, we can do an additional appropriation. It's just kind of unfortunate because it's a process where we'll have to come up with the paperwork, we'll have to advertise and do a public hearing, but it's a technical error, not something that we, that we did wrong in our planning. So we can fix it with an additional appropriation. So I'm working with Jared on that for February, March. We'll have that paperwork in front of you. We'll do additional appropriation and fix that so that the budget paperwork, as you get fund reports or have questions, it's all correct for the year. We could wait until the end of the year, but then, if there's a question, it's never a straight answer. It's always a yeah, but I don't want to do it. So we're fixing that. And that's all I got.
I'll start by saying thank you. I know a ton of work went into that, and I hear your disappointment, but I'm excited because there's a lot of towns that did not get anything.
Correct.
And for us, not only to get the one time for this year really will help our budget out and a lot of things that we've got in the pipeline, but also in perpetuity, we'll receive another $135,000 for the town to be able to function. Just for everybody else, this is additional tax money that the state gives us because our growth is more than the average, right?
Yeah, the state establishes a growth rate for the state as a whole, which is 4% this year. And that's what you'll get in increased tax levy. However, our town is growing so much faster, and we don't have another census count until another 5 years from now. So all of our tax income essentially is based on really old information from 2020 when they did the last census. So this growth appeal helps us to kind of, get us a little bit larger piece of that pie.
That's awesome.
Your tax doesn't go up, your rate doesn't go up, it just
Correct.
gives us a little bit large.
And just for everybody's note, in 2024, we received just about 63,000. Last year, we received 156,000. So a really large increase that obviously we know of because of the increase, the growth we've seen. So then this year in 2026, we'll receive 267,000, and then going forward 135,000. So
No, we'll receive 211,000.
211. Sorry,
We
we requested 167.
267.
267. We got short 50. But either way, at the end of the day, outstanding work by you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I know
Appreciate
that's
that.
not easy. There's a lot of technical things that go into that.
It's a lot of questions
Yes.
and answers.
Yeah.
And you have to sit and really come up with a compelling reason why you are different from the rest. And, you know, it does.
We just cited Ethan Maples on council, and they said
There you go.
understood.
And showed them the logo.
And that's why they shorted us to 50. Is that what you're saying?
Oh man! All right, thank you very much, Yvonne.
That's all I got.
Next to public comments, we have time for anybody in the public that would like to speak on any topic. This would be 5 minutes. Just please come to the podium, say your name and address, and we welcome anything that you want to share with us today.
I take it I have to speak in the mic.
Yeah.
That big mic.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Jason Gonzalez. I live in Copplestone, 2209 Copplestone. Kind of answered my question about the census, but knowing that Copplestone added 243 homes to the New Powell township, we did not address the road conditions to accommodate this many homes. I do believe we see 200 and 500 being the most car accidents in the New Powell city. I don't know if that's correct, but it is. I know this because I can see all the cars divert down my street, Copplestone, all the time. My ring camera goes off like crazy. We also see the neighborhood just north of us, which is hundreds of more homes. I don't believe they're in the New Powell district, but they also drive through the Copplestone neighborhood to avoid the intersection at 200 and 500. So we do see a lot of more cars going through our neighborhood. One almost hit a child that did not stop for a school bus yesterday. I don't think that was reported, but it happened in front of my house. But my question for the town council is, I know that we're waiting on the county to do a roundabout, but I was wanting to hear from you guys of how we're going to address the ongoing concern at 200 and 500 until the funds are ready to do the roundabout.
We defer to
Yeah, right. I feel like Ryan, 200 and 500 isn't really town, is it? It's just north of us. We don't.
No, we share it with the county now,
Okay.
It's a county project there. So.
but the roundabout's a county project.
Yeah, the roundabout's in the queue. There's nothing, the county's aware that there've been several accidents at the intersection. We're watching it. We may end up, and I want to cautiously use the word may, we may end up making that a four-way stop before we get to build that as a roundabout. We have to, these projects are really expensive. We have to queue this money up several years in advance. There's a lot of engineering and planning that goes into it, but we are aware that there's been an increased accidents at certain times of the year there. Cautious drivers, it's posted. It's posted there. There's signs that's posted there that cross traffic does not stop. It's two-way intersection, eastbound, westbound stop. Just use caution. Trying to beat a car out 10 seconds ahead of time can ruin your day. Look twice, take your time. I know we all know there's increased traffic there, and we know the benefits of having the roundabouts. 6 west and 3 south, 5 west, 3 south, 2 west, 6, or 2 south, 6 west. Everybody can see the benefits of the roundabouts that have been installed. We're working on it. We've got an eye on it, and it may change before then. But just use caution is the only thing that I can advise right now.
Jason, I also hear a concern about kind of circumventing that intersection and going through the neighborhood.
Correct.
So I don't know if there's any suggestions on things we could do to help that. Any signage or anything?
It's, I mean, all the subdivisions are, and we just took that subdivision over. Every subdivision in town is posted 20-mile-an-hour speed limits, and, you know, as long as people are doing the 20 miles an hour, they, you know, should be very few accidents, and the roads will be safe. I realize not everybody does that, you know, but, you know, obey that 20 miles an hour and be fine.
I'd also like to note that's something that we may want to look at when we do the roundabout, and know that all the traffic would be diverted to Cobblestone, to when the roundabout is being worked on, that road is closed. Also, I'd like to thank New Pal. Me and my wife moved here about 3 years ago from California. We really love the town. We love the community events. It's top notch, and we're forever thankful for your guys' sacrifice and your commitment to the town.
Thank you.
Thank you for being here.
The weather's a lot better here as well, right?
Actually, we love the weather a lot better.
All right.
And so we like the snow. The community's been great. Mr. Poole's been in our neighborhood. I talked to him multiple times. We feel very safe when the police driving around our neighborhood constantly. So we like that a lot too.
Awesome. Yeah.
Good.
So to summarize, thank you for all the kind words, but nothing that we personally could do. We don't own that road, but continued conversation around what we can look at and maybe talk to the county about to try to see if we can get this higher on their priority list. I definitely know what you're talking about. Anybody who drives that area or has kids in sports knows what that four-way is all about. It usually backs up all the way to the intermediate school. But yeah, so appreciate you bringing that up. That helps us understand what to focus on. So thank you.
Maybe the HOA can purchase one of those signs that we just purchased.
Yeah.
Well, or there could be a time that we could place it there. I mean, the advantage of the sign that we purchased, it was intentionally mobile. So it doesn't have to sit at the same place. We want it to be moved around in areas where people just need to maybe pay a little more attention. So that'd be a great use for it.
Would you like access to the app?
If you get it though, let me
You have
know.
to share it with us.
You can share a password, don't worry. Awesome. Anybody else? Public comments? Awesome. Council comments. We'll start with our good friend on the video, Ryan.
I'm good. Just thank you all for bearing with me through this, and I hope to be into the meeting on the 21st, but we'll see how it goes.
Hopefully you are feeling better, and appreciate you joining us from your lovely home. Ethan.
I just want to prayers for Ryan and your recovery. Glad you're well enough to join us this way, but looking forward to you being back at the table. And just an echoing of how awesome our staff is and this excess levy. I mean, everyone on our staff and our team is advocating for the town, and it shows every week. And I know that not every citizen sees it and not everyone is happy with all the decisions and all the things, but I promise you the team that is working in this building is advocating for our town, and I'm grateful for the hard work they put in. That's all.
Echo everything Ethan just said. I do want to second Ethan and Bill's comments earlier. Appreciate the police department and everything that they do. I know there's unfortunate things that happen in their line of work, so appreciate everything that they do. Obviously doesn't always turn out the best, but knowing that they did the right thing, really appreciate what they've done. One of the things that, as I was talking to people about the commissions, there's a pamphlet or a booklet that you gave us when we first started here, and I keep it and have notes and highlights and all kinds of stuff. I think it'd be really cool if we could get that out, because I think it really clearly states what those commissions do and would help a lot in my recruitment and the council's recruitment efforts of trying to get really
Might not
excited and involved people. Because I think there's a lot that's going on in New Palestine, and we have a lot of plans to continue that growth. So making sure that we've got interesting people that are not interesting people, because we already have Ethan, but people that are interested in that and understand exactly what it is, that'd be awesome. I don't know if that's putting it on the website or sending it to everybody that's currently, maybe make it digital, I don't know.
Yeah, I'm wondering if we can put it out on the table in paper form and maybe
Yeah.
make it available on the.
I like the website idea as long as we get it in the right orientation, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Correct. So if you need help there, I know
I'll
somebody.
go to Bri.
Comedy
Okay.
Yeah,
team.
great. You guys are gonna have it upside down when I'm in charge.
Yeah. That's fine. Same clips.
But it's a great booklet. that
The last thing that I want to do is on behalf of the council. I think Ethan started something that was pretty cool after Terry's reign, and gave her a outstanding gavel so that you can continue to use this at home. Thank you very much for everything you did. I think most people probably don't know, but this position is an additional duty, and there's a lot that goes into it. Probably not seen by a lot of people, but especially during your tenure with a lot of the things that we were doing, on behalf of the council, we really appreciate everything you did. And now you can be official even at home.
Thank you.
It works.
Thank you. And on behalf of Crystal, thank you.
Yes.
Does
Does it work?
Yeah, it does work.
I would like to hear from Dave before we put that in the record. So we may make some adjustments on the meeting notes, but that's all I have. Bill, you're up.
Well, I want to echo everything that's already been said.
Resay.
Thank Yvonne again and all of the town staff who worked on the excess levy appeal. That is fantastic news. Also, I want to take a second and thank everyone who volunteers and serves on either a board or a commission, because we have folks who contact us and ask, are there any vacancies, or when there's a vacancy, would you consider appointing me? To have folks that are willing, where there are places they can't recruit people and they have vacancies that just remain unfilled, and we don't have that issue because, well, number one, I think there's a lot of really good things going on, but because people care to be involved, and it shows in every one of those meetings. So I want to thank everybody who serves on any board or commission. And then finally, just looking forward to a very productive 2026. That's all I have.
Outstanding. Terry.
Y'all don't leave much for me. But I will
she
say
still
what I
has
want to say. Echoing everybody, because we have
Lots of echoes.
lots of echoes, great staff. I really want to say how proud I am of the police, the officers with the incident that happened. They do their duties, they do it right, and obviously you've trained them very well, and we thank you for that. Obviously, their first and foremost priority is to save a life, so. And the report that you gave us, wow, what they go through on a daily basis, it's mind-boggling. January birthdays, we have Kyle from the wastewater treatment plant and Bob and Wade from the police department having birthdays this month.
Yeah, it's not bad.
Speaking of the wastewater treatment plant, I went to a meeting that was just yesterday, and they're on target for their construction. They've, I think, done a very good job of keeping with the timelines. And it's pretty impressive down there if you haven't been there. I mean, I know that's a destination to go.
We're going to get signs.
Ryan, wishes speedy recovery. And Ethan, certainly appreciate your leadership in 2025. Great job. Use that gavel.
Wisely.
Wisely, yes, that's a good word. And I think that's all I have. Happy New Year.
With that, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
I'll motion to.
Terry
I'll second.
motions, and Ethan Maple seconds. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
I
We are adjourned.